Good morning, students. Hope you all are fine. So, today we are going to start our literature chapter, chapter number 1, The Best Christmas Present in the World. Students, before starting the chapter, let me introduce you the characters of the chapter. Character number 1, Michael Morpurgo. He is the narrator plus the author of the chapter. Second is Connie or Mrs. MacPherson. Third is Jim or Mr. MacPherson. He is a British officer. They both are husband and wife. Hans Wolf, the German soldier, the German officer. Fifth is Tommy, and the sixth is Fritz. Tommy and Fritz, these names are not specifically specific characters, they are the nickname for the two different armies. Tommy, the nickname for the British soldiers, Fritz, the nickname for the German soldiers. In this chapter, one address is mentioned, which is very important to know: 12 Copper Beeches, Bridport, Dorset. This chapter is basically about a letter which Jim MacPherson, who is a British officer, he has written a letter to his wife, Connie MacPherson. He has written this letter on 26th December 1914. That means after one day of Christmas celebration. And Connie, she has received this letter on 25th of January 1915. Why he has written this letter to Connie? To share his feelings that he felt on 25th of December 1914. Students, this chapter is a bit lengthy, so that is why we have divided this chapter into three parts. The first part is Michael Morpurgo, the author, the narrator of this chapter. He was going somewhere and he saw a roll top desk in a junk shop. Roll top desk is basically a kind of table which is having lot of drawers. In a junk shop is a place where you can buy the old things and you can sell your old things also. He always wanted to have that kind of desk, but he never purchased it as it was so expensive. But the day he was going, he saw the old one. So he thought he should buy the old one. That would be a great deal. So he purchased it and he brought the desk to his home. The desk was not in a good condition as it was the old one. He started checking and exploring the desk. There were many drawers in that desk. He opened all the drawers one by one, but the last drawer was stuck, means it was so tight. So he applied his full force and he was amazed to saw a box inside the last drawer. He opened the box and he found an envelope. On the envelope, it was written Jim's last letter received on 25th of January 1915 to be buried with me when the time comes. That means in that envelope there was a letter from Jim, and Jim has written this letter on 26th of December 1914. Into whom he has written this letter, that person received this letter on 25th of January 1915. On the letter, there was an address also mentioned, which we have already discussed: 12 Copper Beeches, Bridport, Dorset. So, students, this was the first part. So, now let us start the second part. In the second part, we will read about the letter. Means Jim has written that letter, why he has written that letter, and what was the letter about. Jim started his letter by telling the weather of the beautiful morning. It was a beautiful morning as it was a Christmas morning. He wanted to tell about all this to Coney. That's why he wrote this letter. Now he is explaining they all were standing in their positions on a war field. It was the first time that Jim was on a war field on the Christmas day, and he was missing his family so much. Even all the soldiers were missing their families. Suddenly, they saw white flag waving from the opposite side. Opposite side means how many sides were there? There were two sides. One side was British side and another side was German side. Now which war they are talking about? They are talking about World War 1, which was fought between the British soldiers and the German soldiers. So they saw a white flag waving from the German side, and suddenly the Germans they started wishing them happy Christmas, Tommy. Now I thought, who thought? Jim, as he was the commander officer over there. So he was thinking maybe it's a kind of plan to attack them. But I was wrong. Who was wrong? Jim. He was wrong, but they wanted to celebrate the Christmas. They don't want to continue the war for that day because as it was a Christmas day and they all were away from their families, in no time they means the German soldiers, they all were in a no man's land. Now, what is no man's land? No man's land is the land which belongs to no one. It's a land basically between the two borders, the British border and the German border. Even their soldiers, whose soldiers? British soldiers, they also felt good and they participated in it. They all were sharing their food, drinks, jokes, and many things. They were playing, laughing, and then their officer also thought to join. Jim was the officer of British soldiers, and Hans Wolf was the soldier of German officer. Now, Jim is explaining his first meeting with the German soldier Hans Wolf, as they both were enemies, but that meeting was very, very beautiful, peaceful. They both introduced each other very happily, very peacefully. Even after some time, they both shared the cake which Coney had baked. Coney, who is Coney? Wife of Jim McPherson. Hans Wolf loved the marzipan. What is marzipan? Marzipan is the top layer of the cake which is made up of almonds sugar. So he loved it very much. And after some time, they talked about their personal life, means apart from army, what they are doing in their personal lives. After some time, someone from maybe our British soldiers or from German soldiers, they proposed to play football match. The players, the both soldiers, both side of soldiers, they were so happy to play. They were playing the game enthusiastically. We both officers, means Hans Wolf and Jim McPherson, they were cheering their teams. Football match is very much famous in Germans. So Germans they played it well and won the match. Although it was a very healthy match, they all were very happy. Hans Wolf proposed the idea that there should be no war to find who is the best or to resolve any kind of issue. there should be a football match or any kind of game match should be there to resolve the issues instead of war. In this way, no one will be killed, no children become orphan, no wife become widow. So this is the best way to solve anything. Both the teams even got agreed, but this not going to happen in real. So after some time, they all were back on their positions. British, they went to the British camp. Germans, they went to the German camps. As the day was over, even at night, they exchanged carols. Now, what are the carols? Carols are prayer songs. They were singing them loudly at the night for each other. Then Jim ended his letter by promising Coney that the next Christmas he will be surely with Coney, because as it was the first time he was celebrating the Christmas on the war field, so he promised the next Christmas surely he will be with Coney. He also told Coney that this was the best Christmas he ever celebrated, and he thought it is the best Christmas present in the world that two enemy countries they celebrated the Christmas festival on a war field during the war, and it was so much precious for them, all of them. Now, students, we will talk about part number 3. Now, who was reading this letter? Morpurgo was reading this letter. From there, he comes to know all about this. Now, after reading the letter, Morpurgo, thought to return this letter to Coney, as he thought that it is a very precious letter for Coney. Why he thought it? Because it was written on the envelope, Jim's last letter, to be buried with me the times come, when the time comes. So he thought he should return it. He went to the address which was written on the letter. As we have already talked about that, 12 Copper Beeches, Bridport, Dorset. He went there, and from there he comes to know about that Coney's house got fire and burnt totally, and she was admitted to the Burglington nursing home. Nursing home, it's a kind of hospital. It was the Christmas day he went there. Now, he means Morpurgo went to meet Coney on the Christmas day. He did not go to meet Coney on the day her house caught fire, but after so many days he went there. And when he reached the nursing home, he was so amazed to see the nursing home was decorated, and he asked the matron to meet Coney. Now, who is matron? Matron is a person who is in charge of all the responsibilities. So she took him to Coney. Coney was in a wheelchair at that time and was looking very, very pretty. She was not talking She was not talking to anyone. Michael Morpurgo, the narrator, he told about the desk, the letter, that how he got the letter and desk to Coney. Coney was not saying anything. She was so quiet, and suddenly she started calling narrator Jim. Now, narrator Morpurgo was surprised. Why Coney is calling me Jim? I am not a Jim. I am Michael. Now, why? What was the reason she was calling narrator Jim? Due to her memory loss. She thought narrator is Jim. And moreover, Jim promised in his last letter that the next Christmas he will come to Coney and will celebrate the Christmas together. So, Coney, in her memory loss, she thought that it is a Christmas day and Jim had come. She mistook narrator as Jim. At that time, narrator was so quiet. He did not say a single word and he left. So, students, this was our chapter. I have sent you pictures of this chapter last last week. Hope you have read it. Thank you.